So I'm trying a different setup in August. Hopefully the whole autumn, but we'll see. You can never say always with me. So what I did, I'm sort of gone back to an older setup, but not quite. I've been using, so far this year, I've glued books together like this to create my setup. But now I'm going back to a front book and a back book with 2 inserts in the middle on elastics. And the reason, there is a reason why I changed things up. It's that, well, normally, like this is my June book. Normally I have my calendar and my dailies and my next actions in the front, and then I have my journaling, and then when I've used the book up, I archive it, and the calendar is gone. And everything I did and may want to remember, even like my tracker, I might want to remember things from my tracker, but it's gone and archived, and I need to go to a special room to just check things, which has been a problem. So now I am trying out, and I will see how we go. Perhaps after 3 days I will rip this apart because I hate it. But I'm going to try to have all my planning in the front book. And I have a feeling I've tried this before and abandoned it, but never mind. Variatio delectat, to speak some Latin. So I'm going to, well, I've set this book up to have all the months from August to February at the beginning. So the calendar first, and then the weeklies, no next actions, they come later. My tracker next month with weeklies and tracker and so on. February I don't have dailies, weeklies for, just the calendar, because it's, my work is sort of divided so that autumn stuff is still relevant in February, but thereabouts a new half year starts is kind of dumb, but that's how it is. So all the sort of time specific stuff at the beginning. Then my work projects with 1 page per project. That's how I usually do it. It's just that I'm putting it in the front book this time. So I will have it here for the full half year. The things that, you know, long-term planning for work. And then my next actions, because I've sort of liked having my next actions after my weeklies, but the thing is, you don't necessarily do all your next actions before the month is through, so it's kind of wasteful. And I thought, well, maybe I'll have my next actions for the whole half year in their own section. So I've tabbed it out, the pages for my work next sections and my home next actions here. And of course, some of these pages I will fill, and I will need new ones, which means I'll use new pages further back in the front book. But I'm going to start with just 1 page per context. So work and home next actions, and then I have a section for like random home projects, random scribbles, lists, project pages, just everything like that. Cleaning. I'm going to continue my 5-minute sessions, and I put all the rooms in my house. So each time I do 5 minutes of cleaning somewhere, I put a line in front of the right room with my daily color. So if it's a Monday and I clean the bathroom, I go to the bathroom line here and I put a line in red. And then perhaps I do it again on Thursday, so I put a line in green, and you get the picture. Health spread. I was thinking perhaps like bills and stuff in the back here. But I'm keeping the middle here, the random section, very unstructured because you never know what's going to come up. At work, I know exactly what to do. You know, the full 6 months. I have these projects and nothing else. At home, it can just be... things can come up, I can abandon stuff. You never know. So these pages are much freer. And I was thinking, since I'm going to keep all my past planning in my system or my setup the full half year, I will allow myself to doodle and art journal and draw on my used pages, which is a way for me to, one, not waste paper, but use each page twice. Two, make my past planning nicer to look at. So I'll probably do it so that I can see through the paintings or whatever I do. So I can see some of the writing, but not all of it, perhaps. But it will be nicer to flip through because there will be embellishments of some kind, doodles. And three, I've forgotten what three was. Oh yes, it takes away my fear of the white page because earlier this year I sketched faces every day and then I stopped because the prestige got to me. It got to be too much. So now I'm going to do it on top of my past planning and my random scribbles, so the page will already be ruined and I won't have to feel like I have to make a masterpiece every time. Okay, so that's the front book. It will be planning and then sketching and doodling and art journaling over the planning. Here I thought I would use, because I have a friend who changed workplaces, so she had a lot of notebooks from her old job that nobody wanted, that she's used up some of the pages, so she's ripped the pages out and it's like 15 notebooks and I thought I have to use these, such a treasure. So I was thinking I might do my morning pages in these and switch them out when they're full. Here is my Someday Maybe section. I have cut it out from my current setup and put it on an elastic here. And something I want to tell you about is that first I had made the spine quite hard, like I used hard cardboard and I put the elastics directly on top of that. But what happens then is that if you have two books like this and you open them up, the elastics are back here because this is so hard, and these, it doesn't work. So I ripped off the hard cardboard so that this is soft and supple and follows the rest of the book. Hopefully, sometimes it doesn't, but you can't have everything. And I put because when I've used this setup in the past, I have put gaffer on the front and back book to keep them together. So I did this again, and this, I'm sorry about the spine, it's just, it's come loose. So there is gaffer connecting the front and the back book. I hope this makes sense. Because then when I put the elastics on the gaffer, when I open the book up, it lies flat. So there are several problems I've solved with this thing, this setup, because if this was attached to the spine that's down here, I would, how to explain this? Well, I'll show you. Let's say that we have that this was the setup and this was attached to the spine at the very back with an elastic. It wouldn't lie flat. It would be sort of sandwiched between the front and the back book, and it would be hard to write the whole way. Or, you know, I could sort of pull it out on the elastic like this. But it was still, I don't like that. I like things to lie flat and feel like one book. So this makes sure that that happens. All right, back book then. Well, this is the book this is my August book that I started inking to prepare the pages, backgrounds. But now, I haven't inked the front pages here because this was supposed to be planning pages and these were supposed to be morning pages. But now I have all my planning in the front book and my morning pages here, so I'll probably have to ink all of these. And I only have a few days to do it, so get a move on. But I think, I mean, I like this. It's kind of heavy because there is more paper in this setup than my current one. It's a bit wonkier because it's not one book that's glued together. So I mean, it's not perfect, but I don't think that the perfect setup exists. One reason why I wanted to do this instead of a glued whole book is also that I want to do more bulky journaling. Like I want to do pages like this with a lot of trims and fabrics, and I want to glue pictures in and lace and what have you. And I mean, I don't have my July book here, but it's a gator mouth of epic proportions. Like it looks like this, the journaling section. So will this one, if I continue like that. But having this setup means that I can cut out, if I feel like it's just too bulky now, I can't lug it around, I can cut out some signatures and archive them somewhere else and have a narrower setup again. I really need to do something about this stupid spine that's sticking out. It's supposed to stick, it has some gaffer here, it did stick to the front here, but it's come loose, and this is the cover is glued to the book, so I can't really get at it. I don't want to rip it open. Well, never mind. Better luck next time, because I think in September I might use this cover. So I'll have another try at the perfect hand feel. You know, you need a good hand feel to your setup or you won't want to use it. So wish me luck, and you know, hold your thumbs, as we say here, that I don't abandon this after 3 days.